Hello, in today's video, I would like to talk about CPI. So CPI represents for Consumer Price Index, which is a measurement of the price level based on the consumption pattern of a typical consumer. So CPI is a measurement of the price level, okay? And then it will based on the consumption pattern for a typical consumer. Who is the typical consumer? That is based on the survey provided by the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And then they will use CPI to measure the cost of living. So for CPI, one of the most important thing is to have a fixed basket. So this fixed basket is the consumption pattern from the typical consumer. And then we need to compute the cost of the basket in the current year and the cost of the basket in the base year. And then how can we compute CPI? So there is a formula to compute CPI, which will use the cost of the basket in current year, divide the cost of the basket in the base year, and then times 100. Okay, so pay attention, for CPI, we need to times 100, not 100%. And then based on the CPI, we can compute for inflation rate. So this inflation rate will be a really good measurement of the cost of the living. If the cost of living increase in this year, which means inflation rate will be positive, okay? So here we use the CPI in this year. I use T represents for current year, okay? So here T represents for current year. And then T minus 1 represents for last year, okay? So if we want to compute the inflation rate in this year, we should use CPI in this year minus last year's CPI, divide last year's CPI times 100%. Then we can get the inflation rate.